What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with a very special Cleveland Browns video for you guys. And I actually have some Browns stadium news to talk about. Of course, over the last few months, it's been a battle between the Browns and the city of Cleveland, as the Browns have been trying to decide on whether they should renovate the stadium you see behind me, or do they build a new stadium in Brook Park right across the street from Hopkins International Airport? Now, as the discussions have gone along, it's sounded more and more like the Browns are leaning more towards building a new stadium over renovating the current one. Now, of course, the city of Cleveland has tried so hard to motivate the Browns to stay, which I get, right? But yeah, honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong, this stadium has its charm, but yeah, there's just something about sitting in the frigid cold watching the Browns get blown out. That hurts in more ways than one. So, earlier today, the Browns released some more renderings of what would be the new stadium in Brook Park, and we're going to take a look at them. So, before I get into that, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let's take a look at some of these renderings. Of course, we're starting off with the very first ever rendering of what the new stadium would potentially look like. And again, can't really see too much, very limited. Although I will say this one is actually clearer than the very first image we saw. So I like how they kind of made it more high def. Like you can actually see somewhat into the new stadium, but not really much there, right? And then we got this one. And already you can see a lot of parking, and you can see a little bit into the stadium. Of course, there's that glass roof that US Bank Stadium has. If I'm not mistaken, the same contractor company that built US Bank Stadium will be building this one. So, of course, there's the similarities between the two. Now, if you're wondering why is this stadium so low, well, that's because there's this thing called FAA regulations. With the stadium being so close to the airport, there's a certain height limit when it comes to buildings. So they can only build it so high. So they're going to go into the ground with the stadium. Kind of like what they did with the current one. But obviously, this one's going to have a roof over it. Next, let's take a look at the next rendering. Of course, this is inside the stadium looking towards the dog pound. And already you can see the Jumbotrons in each end zone. And notice they're not the shape of Tennessee. Yeah, for anyone who didn't notice, the current video boards at First Energy Stadium are in the shape of the state of Tennessee. Of course. I actually didn't even notice that at first. But yeah, two Jumbotrons in each end zone, or one in each end zone, and the dog pound is going to be massive. It looks like, yeah. Next, we got this one looking at the other end zone from the dog pound. And you can see essentially three major tiers, some smaller tiers in there as well on each side. And if my eyes are correct, that looks like a little restaurant area in the end zone. Kind of like what Atlanta and New Orleans have. And I think Carolina has that now too. And Vegas. So, yeah, good stuff there. And then we got this one looking at what appears to be the Mooney lot, which already noticeably is way closer to the stadium than it currently is. So that means no crazy long walk to and from the stadium, right? Especially in the frigid cold. You can get to your car and get out. And then moving on, we got a look at the skyline, and you can see a lot of parking. It looks like getting out of that stadium wouldn't be too much of a hassle, which is nice because right now there's very limited parking. most of the people that go to Browns games take the public transit, which mainly is the Rapid or the rail. That seems to be the most effective. And of course, I believe there is already a rail station near the airport. So there you go. Right? Wouldn't be too hard to get in and out of that stadium. And of course, you can see the development around the stadium too. Right? You got, looks like some other buildings. Most likely that'll be shops and restaurants. So that'll be nice. And then we got some more exterior shots. This one is walking to the stadium. Look at all that walk space. Wow. Freaking love it. And then finally, we got this one just outside the stadium. And of course, the entranceway, it looks like it'll have a video board as you walk in. That'll be cool. And you see some of the buildings in the surrounding area. So, yeah, right away, I'm just going to say this. I like it. You know, I really wasn't sure about the Browns leaving the current site. But after seeing those renderings, I guess you could say I'm a pro domer. I am very pro dome at this point. Because honestly, I'd rather sit in a controlled environment, be comfortable, and watch my team take care of business than sit in frigid temperatures watching the Browns get their asses kicked. And you already know, if you thought Jimmy Haslam was making money now with the assets he has, of course, he has the Browns, he has the crew, and I guess he has part of the Milwaukee Bucks too. Imagine the money that dude will be raking in with this new stadium. The events that we'll be able to host. Oh my God. Talking Super Bowls, college football, and basketball national championships. And probably, I assume, playoff games, right? College football playoff games, college basketball tournament games, maybe even a college football bowl game. You never know, right? I'm sure they'd come up with one. Toilet bowl. No. But yeah, concerts, of course, and other events. Soccer, right? I mean, after all, like I said, Jimmy owns the crew. So the crew could easily host a game there, not to mention, Premier League and all these other, European leagues. They come over here all the time. They're actually doing preseason games over here the last couple of weeks or so. The crew even had a preseason game against Aston Villa. No, for them, not for us, of course. We're in season. They're preseason for the Premier League. So, yeah, that's a gold mine right there for sure. But yeah, let me know what you think of the renderings, and we'll see if they go through with it. Now, obviously, if they were to build the stadium, I don't think it would look exactly like it does in the renderings. Of course, things would change, as they always do. But I'm pretty sure it'll look pretty much like it did in the renderings. And yeah, I think it would look beautiful. Of course, you're still going to have people that say, just stay where they are. Just renovate the current stadium. I mean, yeah, that's an option, but I think they're just going to go for a new place. Whole new crib, right? Get the heck off the lakefront. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I'll be back later today for my Diamondbacks Guardians series recap. Hopefully the Guardians can at least take one today. They lost the first game. Shout out to everyone who was in that stream. Really wasn't that much fun. Guardians are getting their ass kicked for the first part of it. Then they woke up. They still couldn't do crap though. Oh well. Try to win tonight, and then got 4 games coming up against the Twins this weekend. Yay. So as always, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. I'll see you guys later. And of course, can't forget, we're still on Aiyuk watch. As it seems like there's a new development coming out every few hours. Like right now, it sounds like it's the Browns, the Steelers, and the 49ers in the running for Aiyuk. It sounds like the Patriots have bowed out. So we'll see what happens there. If I hear anything else, I'll definitely let you guys know. But with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns and build the dome, Jimmy. Do the right thing. Because imagine the money that you could make, right? You love money. Do it. Build the dome. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out. Bye bye. Yeah.